Hey guys, good morning to another episode here with me, live streaming before the market opens. Like always, my name's Jose Najarro. I live stream every Monday to Friday, 9 o'clock when before the market opens. We take a look at stocks you guys want to take a look at. So feel free to post in the comments. If not, we can just take a look at what some recent news going on throughout the day today. And throughout, as you guys come in, feel free to ask questions and take a look at whatever stocks you guys want to look at. So let's see what we have on play for today. Right, so like always, let's start off with just overall earnings. We can see, right, earnings today are, I wouldn't say too interesting. We have JD.com. I know a few people are pretty bullish on JD. We also have Target. We have Lowe's. Let's see how the overall price has done for all of them. So first, let's take a look at JD. JD stock. What's going on, Mr. Bear? I see you're again in the mobile. How's it going, Mr. Bear? So JD.com is down about 3% after reporting earnings. You can see 3% pre-market. Let's see what else do we have. We have Target that just reported earnings. TGT. Target is up about 2%, but we can see for the day it's still lower from where it started off earlier yesterday. What's going on, David Becker? How's it going? How are you guys doing? Hope everybody's doing good. But what else do we have? We have Lowe's. I'm not too excited about Lowe's, but let's see. Is that L-O? I don't even know the ticker for Lowe's. It's L-O-W. That one is down about 2.6%. We have analog devices stock. That one's down 1.6%. But I think the overall market, right? We can see pre-market right now. Futures seems like it's gonna be a pretty red day right now. We have Russell down already 1.4%. We have the Nasdaq down 1.5%. So it seems pretty insane. I know in the crypto world, right? Crypto has just seen a crazy day. That's insane. Bitcoin is now at $33,000. I know overnight I kept seeing a lot of tweets. Hold on, guys. I was seeing a lot of tweets of it hitting 39. I can't believe it's down to 33. It's just been a crazy. Look at Ethereum, right, to USD. That one's just falling like crazy as well. So and Judo, I ended up selling all my cryptos. And Judo, best of luck to whatever you decide. I don't really actively manage. We'll buy them again if they keep dropping. Did you just recently sell them, and Judo? Did you sell them earlier today? All right, I did see that was happening like crazy. My Twitter feed, even though I don't have too many, I do have some crypto people. So that definitely took a huge hit. But what else do we have? Earnings. We have Futu, right? Futu, I feel like some people were talking about Futu earlier yesterday. We can see the overall stock is also down about 3.6%. So it does seem like it's going to be another red day. Even though the past 2 days have been pretty green. I guess we were prone for at least one red day. To me, for the end of the week, I at least want to end the week green. Luckily sold them nice in Judo. Congratulations on those gains. And best of luck to whatever you're gonna. Are you gonna just hold that cash right now in Judo to decide when to buy more in, or are you gonna be using that money for other types of investments, if I may ask? Hey guys, while you're here, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really does help a lot with the channel. I mean, what else do we have? Today, I feel like today is going to be slow on earnings wise, but in form of stocks, I think we're going to see a few red stuff for a few big red stocks today. So it's going to be an interesting day in the market for sure. Like I said, right, this week's earnings doesn't really excite me at all. So if you guys want to take a look at any stocks. Wow, that is crazy, Fizz. So I didn't even think about that, right? the people that actually hold Bitcoin ETF or some sort like that, they're not able to sell until the market opens. Well, people who just own Bitcoin itself can sell whenever. That's actually a crazy thing, right? Fizz, it's definitely gonna be scary for those opening today. I mean, Bitcoin right now is already here. We can see it's down 23%, down 10K. I mean, it's mm. Again, I don't follow crypto too much, so I don't really can't speak too much of it. All right, JD is down a bit. I also heard Binance. Let's see, Fizz. You've also heard Binance has 125 leverage. Is that true? I don't follow Binance, so I wouldn't know on Fizz. Take Two did report yesterday, and I thought the stock price was pretty strong after reporting earnings. Let's take a quick look. Right, Take Two is up 3%. So I think I might just do a full report with like Take Two, with EA Games and Activisions, and just put them all in one video. So I was actually waiting for them to report earnings. Has Nintendo reported earnings already? Maybe I can add Nintendo into that list. So guys, like always, feel free to take a look. Request any stocks you guys want. Let's take a look at CNBC. Anything. So right now, the biggest news is just Dow. Right, Dow is down a nice amount. Dow futures fall to session low, down about 400 points amid weakness in tech sector. U.S. stock futures fall sharp early Wednesday, pointing to a third straight negative day on Wall Street as selling. Third straight negative day. I felt like the past 2 days have been positive. Have they not been have they been negative? Have I just been living in some false world? Or do they mean probably just the overall indices themselves? Jibiki, what's going on? Thoughts on JBHT? We can take a look at that in a bit for sure, Jibiki. Sentiment in the tech sector was dented by drop in cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoins. The world's largest digital token fall below for the first time in 14 weeks. At one point, the price was down 20% in the last 24 hours. Blah, blah, blah. It's crazy. I mean, just reading all this, I can understand why certain investors get freaked out, right? It's all, I want to say, it's fear always sells, right? I feel like there's certain things that always sell. The fear of losing money, it's one of those things that I feel, and you can just see by the overall way they write this article that that's what they're really trying to get. As long-term investors, I'm still not worried. Right, I'm still buying into companies as I have money coming into the market, and I believe until I really see some major changes in the overall market, I'm not gonna stop doing that. Fat Meadow, sorry to hear, right? I know you were pretty crypto heavy, but I'm pretty sure you're still on some strong gains, right, Fat Meadow? Jose, have you seen Bitcoin ETH? Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much what is gonna be a huge driving, a huge talking point today. It's just gonna be the overall crypto market just taking a huge crash. 30% red candles right now. That's insane, right? I mean, and I think as I'm not a, I wouldn't say I'm not a technical guy, but you would expect, right, as people are waking up. Let's say some, and we have like a brand. Not every investor in the cryptocurrency is new, right? There's a lot of I want to say professionals in the crypto market, but some of the crypto markets that have recently entered are pretty new, I want to say. So I feel like what's gonna happen is as people start to wake up, those new investors, just how we see them in growth stocks, just how we see them in any other market, when things go bad, they start to sell off, and when things start to sell off, you start to see that higher price that lower price decrease, right? And I'm pretty sure that's probably what's triggering Bitcoin right now. I think in during when the real hit happened last night, right, it wasn't as bad, but you can see around 7-8 o'clock, right? I'm guessing this is when people start to wake up, and it's like, oh man, it's scaring me, I'm super scared. So I do think some form of emotional investing kind of hurts people in the long term of things. Um, nice fat metal. Based on that sold right, you sold some Litecoin yesterday for 300. It's at 150 right now. Jesus, fat metal. It's time to buy more. It's at a discount. So best of luck to you guys. I can't. I have a lot of money in Binance in a flexible savings, and they don't allow me to withdraw it right now. I think the big people can rug pull now. That's the big risk. When only a few people hold majority, I'd be scared too. Way scarier than stocks. I think Fizz. I mean, I think some people might disagree with that thesis, right? I mean, obviously there are certain bulls that might know a lot more in the crypto world than other people. So again, I feel I'm more comfortable in the growth stock market. I'm more comfortable in the stock market. I'm not saying the crypto market is bad. I just have more knowledge in the stock market. So that's where I feel my conviction is higher, where I'm less prone to emotional trade. So again, it's not saying crypto market is bad. It's just not a market I understand. I don't understand why it dropped 27.5% in a day. Maybe someone might, but I don't. Man, I'm done. Marcus, I'm done with this market. I think we might be in a bear market right now. Marcus, in forms of growth, in form of stocks, or in forms of or in forms of crypto stock. I mean, I just don't see it, right? I mean, I have friends of all different types of workplace, some working at a good job, some working in more like labor stuff, and everybody's still doing well, right? I haven't seen them lose jobs. People are still buying a lot of things. People are still buying games. People are still traveling from my experience, right? And I have friends and families in all different types of income levels. So for me to say we are in a bear market, definitely not one I can agree with. Maybe in short term of things, but in maybe short term movements, but long term, I still see huge potential in my returns. Um, to Bitcoin, Sandeep, I don't 100K or $100. I mean, I don't know. Jesus, crypto is for someone with strong emotions. Jesus, I want to say yes, and for someone that understands for sure what they're investing in. Um, and Judo coin will drop crazy today. How is coin doing? I wonder, right? I mean, right now you would think, right, as things are selling off, wow, coin is actually down 10% pre-market, right? And Judo, I mean, you would think, right, as things like this are happening, you're gonna see a lot of movement in trading. So you would expect more fees during times like this. But I guess I mean, I guess investors or other people might think otherwise. But to me, like during times like this, you're gonna see a huge influx of trading happening, in my opinion, and that's where Coinbase, correct me if I'm wrong, makes a good portion of its revenue. But we can see the stock is down about 10%. Um, let's see what else can we buy, Dennis. Can we buy now or wait for it drop further? What are we talking about, Dennis? Crypto. I don't know, Dennis. Maybe someone else. I mean, just like anything, let's say this was a stock. How would I say? Hey, you always have the possibility of dropping. Um, you always have the possibility of it dropping more and more, right? No one can really time the perfect bottom. So just in any market, how I would purchase. Let's say I want to purchase things that are down big. Let's say I have 10K, I would probably use 2K or somewhere like 3K, start opening up, and every small dip I'll add even more and more, just because, right, the company or whatever type of investment can continue to go down. um Stock market and Sandeep, right? There are millions of coins now. Why Bitcoin? I mean, Sandeep, I think that's someone who is more knowledgeable in Bitcoin, right? It's like saying why invest in Apple when there's a bazillion other stocks, right? That's the same concept. Again, I'm not into crypto, but I would feel like that's how you would kind of word that question. Why invest in Apple when there's a billion other stocks? I mean, because there is something behind it. Again, I don't follow crypto and I don't want to talk about it too much because I don't, but I'm guessing there's something behind Bitcoin that's not behind those other coins. Um, or any other coins, right? There's a reason behind investing in certain coins. I think it's because these huge corrections disapprove one of the theses of Bitcoins, which is it's a store of value, which is definitely isn't yet. Maybe one day it will be. Okay, I'm breaking down right now. I'll leave my PC and go take a walk into the forest. This is crazy. Fat metal, that's definitely right now. Fat metal, definitely go take a walk. Right, it's sometimes going to take a walk can help out a lot. Um, I mean, I'm pretty sure a lot of investors kind of experienced similar thoughts when COVID happened. At the end of the day, remember your thesis. Remember why you invested into certain of these things. Go take a long walk, and remember long-term investments. As long as your thesis falls in place, um, as long as your thesis is still in place, then that can definitely help out in the long term of things. Like you said, maybe today take a leave from the PC. Maybe don't open up your market. Um, Maybe don't open up your accounts. Don't do anything. Maybe for the next few weeks. And just enjoy. Maybe go read some books and stuff like that. Right, fat metal. So definitely get out of the computer. Um, Sandeep, again, I don't know. I mean, you're asking me questions that I have no knowledge. Like I said, I have no knowledge on crypto, so I can't really answer that. Um, but I'm guessing. I mean, there's people that do follow it, so there has to be something behind it. Right. So, Fat Metal, take care. Like I said, right, just clear your mind, go out for a walk like you intended to, um, and see you tomorrow. See you in the next week. Just take a nice break. I mean, Sandeep, I'm not saying that either, right? I don't think you should follow anything. Just like you have growth, people invest in growth stocks, right? I mean, that same argument you can use in anything. People buy growth stocks because ARK buys growth stocks, right? That's you can people buy expensive clothes because artists or famous people buy expensive clothes. So just the overall, just that overall thought, it shouldn't be used in anything. David Becker, it's almost like everyone forgot about the actual stock market. LOL. And David, hopefully gives us some buying opportunities. David, I mean, we've had buying opportunities for like the past 3 months. Yeah, but maybe we get even more buying opportunities right now. Ming, what are my thoughts on Neo? Oh, let's take a look at some stocks. So Neo stock, right now Neo is down 4% pre-market from its all-time highs. The stock is down about 45%. First, let me say, Ming, I don't have a position in Neo. I do have a position in some EV stocks. Um, uh, EV stocks, right? Neo is not one of them. I'm not saying it's a bad investment, but not one I personally want to enter right now. But let's take a look at fundamentals of Neo. Um, Neo, let's see. Future. The company is expected to grow 32.5% on average, right, Ming? So it's a nice growth stock. The company is not profitable right now, but they are achieving positive in cash flow from operations, it seems. Actually, there's no data, but last quarter they were positive in cash flow from operations. I would expect probably this quarter to be the same way. So right now, what are we seeing? Strong growth, not profitable, somewhat positive in cash flow from operations. If we take a look at their health, what is the company looking at right now? Right now, it has plenty of cash. It has about 47 Chinese yuan, 47 billion in their currency, and about $13.9 billion in debt. So, Ming, overall, fundamentally, the company looks pretty strong, right? But now let's take a look at maybe price to sales ratio. Let's just look at it in form of metrics. So here, let's look at what are some what are some so let's put Tesla, let's put Neo. What are some other EV stocks around in that similar market, right? So first you can see Neo has definitely pulled back a nice amount, but it's still trading at much higher rates. Let me open up image somewhere else so we can really see. We can see it's still trading very similar. It actually has a very similar chart to Tesla when we take a look at price to sales ratio, right, Ming? So you can see, right, it's a little bit cheaper, but the overall trend is pretty much the same. and pretty much it's still higher than it was in October 20th in form of valuation. So even though the stock price has pulled back, maybe some might still believe it's a bit overvalued. So that's a risk I probably would put. Just because it's a risk doesn't mean I'm against it. It's just something I would note. Maybe open up a little bit, a smaller position. So fundamentally, it looks okay in form of metric valuations. Definitely seen a crazy pullback. We can see it was as high as 12, or almost 13. I want to say that's probably higher. That's probably more like 14, 15. And it's now sitting at 16. So crazy valuation contraction. But overall, it still seems a bit overvalued compared to it was just 7-8 months ago. So me, no intentions of purchasing right now, and I don't think I'm but hey, so hopefully that helped out me. How's MicroStrategy? I know MicroStrategy had a huge position, right, on crypto, right? That's what they've been doing recently. So it is down 13% on it. I would have expected them to be down a little bit more. What else do we have? SI Capital. I feel like that's kind of correlated with crypto to some extent, right? I haven't followed it. I know ARK purchases this a lot. Silvergate Capital is down about 8.3%. We have also that, which one is it? Moco, the one I enjoy. That fintech, this one is down about 10% right now. So it's definitely things, it's definitely, you can see stocks that really have some correlation with crypto are down. I wonder Square, if Square is taking a hit. So Square is actually market 5.5%. Is that just overall stocks? Let me take a quick look at Unity. So Unity is down 4%. All right, it seems like it's going to be a very red day today, for sure. Right, so right now it's definitely a time. We're going to see our portfolios are probably going to open up pretty red. I feel like we've experienced this. Biz, I don't think it's crypto now. I don't think it's crypto now. You said it's taking Square down. If we have Unity down 4%, let's take a look at Facebook too. It's Facebook down. Facebook is down about 1.6%. I think right now it's just a mixture of the overall market as well. But I kind, that's why I took a look at Unity after I looked at Square, because I thought people could blame it on the old crypto, especially since Cash App. But I don't think it really is really much affecting it. But things are looking pretty attractive, if I'm not gonna lie. But remember, like I was saying, right, some of us, we're gonna open up our portfolio and it's gonna be super scary, right? I mean, but we've experienced days like this. Remember just your overall thesis, why you invested in companies. And to me, the last thing I would ever do is emotional trade. I'm not gonna sell out because I did it. I'm not gonna sell out, right? I invested in these companies for the long term of things. Days like today, we've experienced them already, and I don't think it's any different right now. So what else do we have? David Becker, how's Tutu? Marcus, is this the tech bubble? I don't know. I mean, it could be, Marcus. I don't believe it is, but I could be wrong. I'm still investing in tech companies, especially when you have big boys like Apple, Microsoft, still trading at only like what 20 something forward PE ratios. Let's take a quick look. PE ratio forward 1 year. Let's take a look at, for example, Microsoft, right? Take a look at at Apple, right? These boys are trading at around 28. Apple's at 23. Apple might be. I don't normally like Apple. It actually looks a bit attractive compared to the overall market, right? It's 23.18, but I don't really think we are in one. But again, I could be wrong. Buddha, what's going on? Is what do you think about AMC stocks? Thank you in advance, Buddha. I don't invest in AMC, right? It's definitely not a market I'm interested in. I mean, if we take a look at fundamentals, AMC is one of those that is doing right now pretty strong because of the overall, I won't say excitement of what we call meme stocks. Not saying they're bad plays. I think these are more trading than investing. You can obviously make money from trading But most people new to the market are not good traders, so they're gonna take a huge hit. The company, right, obviously is expected to grow dramatically because this past year was a huge hit. So growing from nothing to something, you're gonna see huge growth rate. So obviously 46% growth rate for this company is expected, but it's not expected to reach any type of its normal levels anytime soon. Company is not profitable. They're not positive in cash flow from operations. So this is, I want to say, I would consider this a speculative play. Speculative plays are not bad, but they come with a lot of risk. Right, this I would want them to have a very strong balance sheet because they're not profitable, because they're not positive in cash flow from operations. But I don't think that's what I'm gonna look at when I see here. So what do I see? They have about $800 million in cash and about $5.5 billion in debt. Fundamentally, this is not a company I would invest in. Right, Buddha? They have. I mean, think about it yourself, right? I like to think of, when I look at a company's fundamentals, I like to think about it myself. So they're not. What would we look at the future? So let me think about it right now. I'm not making any type of money. I don't have any form of income, and I have no type of, and I have negative cash flow. So that's already bad. Now I take a look. Now I look at my bank account. My bank account has very low amount of cash, and I have very high amount of debt. That would be a very bad place where I personally would want to be in. So that's why. When I look at companies' fundamentals, I try to think of it as a personal finance and see, hey, would I be happy if I was in this point in life? Um, so for me, again, this is I feel like AMC is more of a trading type stock, Buddha. I'm not a trader. Doesn't mean it's a bad trade. Like I said, I'm not a trader, so I wouldn't know. But people are making money out of these meme stocks. I'm not one of them. Ming, what are your thoughts about using leverage? I mean, I personally don't use leverage, Ming. I think using anything to your advantage is a great thing as long as you understand the risk. Remember, you have to understand the risk, and just like other things, don't have a plan. Have a plan and don't emotional invest. Are you using leverage? Do you want to use leverage right now because you are just super emotional right now and just want to keep buying and buying and buying and not kind of analyzing the risk? If so, that's a bad reason in my opinion. But maybe let's say you slept on it, you've thought about it for multiple nights outside of market hours, you've thought about it during the weekend, you've kind of created a plan that, hey, I'm gonna probably use 2% leverage right now, 2% here, 2% there, and I'm not gonna max out after X percentage. I think having a plan in anything can really benefit you. I don't think there's any ever bad or good ideas. I think it's, do you have a bad or good plan? Sorry about that. The wife just came in asking for the wallet. I don't even know what she needs, right? I just had to give it up. So yeah, man, hopefully I finished what my thought process was. Um, but yeah, I think as long as you have a form of plan, and you stick to that plan, if you stick with that plan, it can really help out. But as long as you create the plan, and I would definitely say write it down. Write down that plan and every day follow it. Like make sure you're following it. Don't change up on that plan because it didn't work out. Write down that plan, and if you want to use it, stick to it. Biz, I've been thinking of using a cheap loan to invest 6 months and still haven't done it. I mean, that's a strong thing, right? That's definitely best time to ask for the wallet when you are busy. David, new stuff from Amazon coming tomorrow for Jose. She's going. She's actually going leverage right now and buying hella stocks instead. Buying crypto with my credit card. Oh my god, that's too funny. Uh, and Fizz, right? I mean, that's the thing. I've heard, right? You've talked about it, right? You've thought about you getting a cheap loan to invest for 6 months, but it's you know it's such a big risk that you're sleeping on it. You're sleeping on it numerous times, and you know what's gonna happen. Maybe if this is the first time you've kind of had that thought process, just like anything, it's a learning experience. Um, it's a learning experience. So maybe not do it this time, but write down the journal. Think about it for the next for the next time we are gonna experience, right? Because smart market crashes happen over time. So just like you don't fear missing out on it this time, it like I mentioned, right? The train, even though one train leaves, another train is gonna come back. There's multiple opportunities in the market. If it's loading up on Doge. Ding, ding, ding. Let's the fun. Oh man, I don't even want to look at it. But you guys do this to me every single time. Let's take a look at TradingView where I can look at my portfolio without giving you guys my account number. So right, oh man, it's yeah, it's pretty red. I mean, I'm everything red except Tencent right now. It is so yeah. Actually, no, yep, everything's red. But it's all over the place. There's some green, some red, some it just doesn't know where it wants to go. So we have OSS down. Some of my my big small players are down. For example, OSS small position in my portfolio is down 10%. We have Skills, another tier 3 stock. A lot of my tier 3 stocks are the ones that usually are the most volatile, and that's what I expect, right? Tier 3 stocks, OSS down 10%. Tier 3 stock Skills down 6%. Tier 3 stock Mogul down 4%. Now if we get things that are closer, what do we have? We have like Microsoft, a tier 2 stock in my portfolio. AMD right now down 1.3%. Berkshire is down. I think today I might pull the trigger though. Today I might pull the trigger and sell out all of my Berkshire position and go into some heavy growth stock right now. We can see, right, Berkshire looks like how growth stocks looked at earlier, completely overextended. Skills, I don't know, right? I still, even though I am Skills, I haven't played some of their games. I have to see Tetris game. I'm not sure if it's new. We would have to. I know you were talking about that recently. Fizz on the Discord channel. And guys, while you're here, make sure to hit the thumbs up. It really does help a lot with the channel. It really does. I truly do appreciate it. So let's see, what else do we have? Give me one quick second. I mean, so some of the big, like I said, some of my big ones haven't really moved today. We have AMD down. AMD is down 0.7%, right? But man, AMD I think is, if I didn't have a big position in AMD, even though I'm super bullish on Nvidia, AMD, I'm not gonna lie, is looking very attractive right now. Nvidia is down 2.4%. I guess Nvidia wants to become very attractive right now. David Becker, you just got an alert for an ETF that I have, EXF, all strong stuff in there. Just thought an okay dividend. Just a thought. Let's see. XF. Is it? Do you know what's the? Is it Exfo Inc? I doubt it. Do you know what's the actual ETF EXF? Um, is that the correct one? I can't really find it. XLF. Oh, is that the overall? Okay. Come on. XLF. David Becker. It is the financial, right? It is the finance. It's the financial sector ETF, right? I think this is all just banks and stuff. Is it David Becker? Is this the one you're talking about? Damn, damn fat fingers. Yep. All right, let's. I've followed this one before. I just want to take a look at what some other holdings. And guys, if you want to take a look at any stocks, feel free to post on the comments, right? We can definitely take a look. So XLF is a financial select ETF. This is pretty much just following the Fin service. Let's see who are their biggest holdings. Right, so you can see, right, most of it is in the banking service, 44% in banking, 30% in insurance, 21% in investments. Some of their biggest players, top players, are about 13% in Berkshire. Shishu, all right, the OCN. You mentioned that one yesterday, right, Shishu, and I missed it. right? So we can take a look at those two. Baskar wants to take a look at it's gonna come up soon. I can see it on my phone. I give myself a free view by looking at myself on the phone. That actually comes up faster. Can you take a look at VRX? Yeah, so we can see, right, David, this is definitely, if you want to get exposed into the financial service, mainly the big banks. You have Berkshire, and right now, right, as talks, right, David Becker, as talks of interest rates going up, banks are obviously, and financial services are going to be winners if that does happen, right? So Berkshire is 13%, JP Morgan is 11, Bank of America 7, Wells Fargo 4.5, Citigroup 3.7. Their top 10 weights are about 54% of the overall ETF. So these pretty much move the ETF right now. So this is pretty cool. Let's take a quick look at it in overall stock price, XLF. So this is the only thing I would say, David Becker, on it is this is looking pretty much how growth stocks looked early on. When things are like this, it doesn't mean I'm going to Mark. I don't even know. I just got a weird text. When things are like this, it doesn't mean I expect some form of correction. Right? Corrections can happen multiple ways. The stock prices can come down, or they can just kind of stay still until metrics come to them. So right now, I would say it's a bit overextended. So if I did want to enter a position like this, I would enter with a very, very small position over time. So this is when they're overextended from moving averages. This is when I add a very, very small, medium to large, super large, right? So that's in theory how I would like to invest. Right now, here it's very overextended from even its short-term moving averages, and that's what we're seeing with a lot of value stocks right now, right? So now let me close some of these stuff. I don't think we need everything here. I don't think we need this. I don't think we need this. Definitely don't need that. We don't need that. Don't think we need that. Might need this. And we don't need that. All right. We definitely don't need that. So Shishu, you want to take a look at DOCN. So DOCN, this is a DigitalOcean Holdings company. Really small market cap, $3.9 billion. Right, super small company. Let's take a look in the past year. The stock is down about 18%. What type of holdings do they own? Right, they're a holdings company. I want to see digital. They are a computer software company. Yes, very true, right? David Becker agreed. ETFs, I think ETFs are great. I personally would, if I didn't have the time I do with the market, I would invest in ETFs instead. I really would. So DigitalOcean, our mission is to simplify cloud computing so developers and businesses spend more time creating softwares that can change the world. This one seems pretty interesting already. I have to learn a little bit more about them, right, Shishu? So I'm not going to look at the actual company, but this looks just from what they have products. They have virtual machines, they have clusters, they have an app platform to help apps to market faster, right? It seems interesting for sure. So let's take a quick look at the overall fundamentals. Shishu. So right now we saw, right, $3.9 billion. Future growth. This company is expected to grow 26.2% on average for the next 3 to 5 years, Shishu. So this is a strong growth stock. Unfortunately, the company is not profitable right now, but it is super positive in cash flow from operations. So that's already, and it historically has had strong cash flow from operations. So I'm already liking this. Fundamentally looking pretty good. Let's take a look at financial health. Now this is even better, right? So Shishu, fundamentally looking pretty strong. They're expected to grow at strong levels. They have a strong positive cash flow from operations. Even though they're not profitable, I could care less about earnings right now, especially on a software company. Now, if we take a look at their balance sheet, they have high cash, about $560 million in cash, and no debt to their name. This is probably one of the favorite, fundamentally, this is probably one of my favorite stocks we've looked at in some time, especially with a small market cap like this. But I do want to do more research on this one later on. What else can we see right now? Venture capitals and private equity firms own about 29% of the business. General public owns about 26. Private companies own 24. Individual insiders own 13.8. Now, let's take a quick look at the overall stocks. Right, the stock has taken a huge hit recently, 18.3% in the most recent days. Is this a recent IPO? Sure, this is a recent IPO, right? Seems like it. I mean, there's not much data on it. But from its IPO highs, the stock is already down 14.5%. I don't think we're going to get much information here. I want to see if... No, there's not, right? Because there's no PE ratio. Maybe price to sales ratio. Yes, ratio. What is it trading right now? It doesn't even have one. I mean, we can probably back calculate with it. I want to see what kind of price to sales ratio it is selling at right now. So future growth, the company is expected to have about, it has $339 million of revenue. What was the market cap? 3.9. So let me just do this. It's about 12. It was 3.9 divided by 0.339 times 10. I think I did that wrong. I kind of did that wrong, but it has about a 13 a price to sales ratio of about 13. No, I did that wrong. Did I do that wrong? Price to sales ratio is about 3.9 divided by 0.339. Yeah, I did that completely wrong. So it has a price to sales ratio of about 11.5. That's actually not bad in my opinion for a software company right now that has positive cash flow from operations and that is also growing at some great levels. Shishu, you might have become my favorite person for the day today, for sure. And then let's take a look at what is expected for the next for the end of the year. About $407 million in revenues expected. So now we have that 3.9 divided by 0.407. Price to sales ratio of less than 10, 9.5. So this one does look pretty interesting. Now what we would have to do next, Shishu, is really look at the overall market that is hitting. Do we understand it? But fundamentally, strong growth. It's looking pretty good. Biz, we used to use a little bit of DigitalOcean at my company, I think. Now we're using GCP. DigitalOcean versus DCP. Oh, GCP. So it is. Which is better? DigitalOcean is definitely on the cheaper end of cloud hosting spectrum, especially when compared with the higher prices of Google Cloud platforms, and particularly with larger deployments. As such, DigitalOcean easily wins this round. Oh, this might actually be a pretty cool thing. DigitalOcean's versus Google Cloud Platform, clear winner in 2021. Yes, Fizz, I figured it out, okay? I used Google to find out what GCP was, okay? This actually might be a good read between the two. And then also probably look at Ocean View versus, DigitalOcean versus AWS, right? We can definitely kind of learn a little bit more about them. Or just get more information about DigitalOceans. But Shishu, thank you. I definitely do enjoy this stock. So what else do we have? Basker, are you still here? Do you want to take a look at Verx? I mean, after Shishu, that Verx better be pretty cool. If not, I'm never taking a look at your request ever again. Just kidding. I take a look at any stocks. So feel free to post on the comments. Damn. This one is one for the books for sure. Let's see. Let me just close this out. I actually need to write this one down. I don't even know why I don't have Notepad Plus. I still have simple Notepad. This one was DOCN. Not ODC. All right, Baskar, let's take a look at it. What's the stock ticker again? I missed it. I'm looking for it. Vertex. All right, so let's take a look at Vertex. So Vertex. Vertex is also a super small company. It's also in the software world, right? So $3.0 billion, small market cap right now. They provide tax technology solutions for corporations in retail, communication, leasing, and manufacturing industries in the United States and international. If so, right now, future growth, this company is expected to grow 12.1%. So it's not a heavy growth stock, but it's not a slow grower either, right? So right now, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too great. They are super positive in cash flow from operations, and we can see they kind of taken a hit recently, um, since COVID kind of started. I'm guessing tax might have taken a bit of a hit, but they are expected to be profitable again. Historically, they tend to have been profitable, and they are super positive in cash flow from operations. So fundamentally, they look good. Now let's take a quick look at their health. Financially, they're also at a great place, right? They have $277 million in cash and short-term investments, and they have no debt to their name. So Bhaskar, this one is actually also looking pretty impressive in forms of fundamentals, right? As there are talks of interest rate hikes, this is what you want to look at, right? You want to see companies that have been profitable, that have positive cash flow from operations, and they have a strong balance sheet. So fundamentally, this one looks good. Again, I'm not much into I don't know much about the market, right, Bhaskar? So that's something you would have to do due diligence on. But look, we can see Stephanie Thompson, Stephanie Thompson, the co-owner, owns 22% of the business. Amanda, who is another co-owner, owns 21% of the business. We have Jeffrey, who is another co-owner, owns 20%. Individual insiders own 77% of this business. I don't think I've ever seen that. Especially split up amongst three insiders, all kind of holding 20%, over 20%. This is actually pretty impressive, for sure. So Bhaskar, you actually you actually did. It's actually almost it's almost I don't know which one's more impressive now, DOCN or VERX, in terms of the ones we just looked. You two just actually showed me some pretty cool companies in form of fundamentals. Let's take a look at stock price, right? Let's see how has it been reacting recently. The Vertex is down 2%. And it has seen a crazy pullback, right? It's down 50% from its all-time highs right now. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. These two stocks, I won't say are pretty interesting, and I want to add them to my list for sure. I want to learn more about them, right? Definitely want to learn more about them right now on Bhaskar. But fundamentally, it actually looks pretty well, pretty strong as well. Let's take a quick. I don't think I looked at the OCN. It was new, right? So I don't think there's much information, but do look at it. Vertex also seems like it's pretty new as well. Bhaskar, Vertex is leader in tax industry. I like when you say leader, Vertex. Bhaskar. But overall, right, we can see it's not overextended. It's definitely in a downtrend right now. But what growth stock is it? Overall, stock market kind of seems to be coming, not backing back up, but I'm getting a little more greens. Tattoo Chef is coming in clutch with another green day. Neo is green. What else do we have? Magnite is green. We have Upwork green. Some things are even kind of less red. So Bhaskar, yep, I definitely enjoy this. I enjoyed it. I like it. I want to do more research on it. For sure. In forms of fundamentals, it definitely has like A at least. So is there any other stock you guys want to take a look at? I mean, we looked at two good stocks already in form of fundamentals. I mean, you guys better show me some cool ones too. Probably my two favorite stocks we've looked at in a few days, maybe in the week, maybe even more. Let's see what's trending on StockTwits right now. So StockTwits, I mean, everything's red, right? Everything is red. Um, things are pulling back up though for crypto world. It seems it's back to 35. Anybody who purchased at the bottom already made 5K. That's insane, right? Imagine if you bought crypto like 10 minutes ago and you bought a whole coin. You're already up 5K on it and you just sold. That's crazy, right? But unfortunately, StockTwits is only giving me cryptos points. AMC is down 6% for the day. Pretty insane. So, Daniel, thoughts on TBA to be announced back? On the TBA, a renowned PE acquirer announced the deal for IronSource, which has agency Digital Turbine and Unity. I think the investor presentation is online. All right, so this is called IronSource. Is that the company called name IronSource? One platform for app growth. What platform to turn your app into a business? IronSource. Let's see, investors relations. The IronSource story. Let's see, presentations, investors presentation. So they are a leading business platform empowering content creators to prosper in the app economy. Let's take a look. So IronSource, they were founded. They have revenue of about $332 million, year-over-year revenue growth of about 83%, and they are profitable in adjusted EBITDA as well. 94% of their revenue, 94% of revenue from customers that are contributing more than 100K in annual revenue. They have over 291 customers contributing that much. So we can see right there, it doesn't seem like one customer is really driving that force. Maybe we can see that everything is mobile. What apps are we really using? Social games. And I think this is strong, right? Already, I don't know if you guys were listening to me yesterday, last night. Someone asked what are some 3 markets I am super bullish on. One, I think, is the mobile gaming market. So if this is helping like kind of promote that market, helping it in some form or another, or can make money as the mobile gaming market continues to grow, this can actually be a pretty cool place. The booming game category is being fueled by innovative tech platforms. Yup. Let's see. What else can you show me? The IronSource platform is used by 90% of the top 20 most downloaded games. Daniel, I mean, you guys are coming in clutch today. Bhaskar, Shishu, and Daniel, in my opinion, you guys are the MVPs for today. This one seems pretty interesting for sure. IronSource is one of the top independent platforms for game developers. It's so fair. It put itself bigger, but it's actually number 3. Number 1 tends to be Google, but they just made themselves bigger. I was like, oh wow, they're number 1, but no. Let's see. I want to take a look at financials, and then we can look at this company. Maybe I might do a video on this one. Games grow through promoting content on other games for sure. So how we turn games into business? First you create, right? Then they grow your user base, they drive revenue, analyze and optimize, and reinvest again. Yeah, pretty much just how any advertisement platform works. But they're really focusing, it seems, on the gaming side. And it seems like, I mean, it seems like they're working with Activision. I keep seeing Call of Duty Mobile here. Activision is a big player, right? So that already has my name. And obviously Activision, who else does Activision own? They own King. Here we see Candy Crush. So they have, it seems like they have a strong name behind them. I mean, they did mention, right? They have 90% of the top 20 downloaded games. So we saw, now give me some numbers. Fizz, I do like their presentation. Obviously, I'm doing a super quick overview because we are on the stream. I actually want to look at their numbers now. So they do product showcase replacements as well. Because they have a lot of customer case studies, right? Which is what I like to see. Boost, for example, is using them too. I mean, I don't use Boost Mobile. Now, financial overview. So $332 million in revenue. We saw that. 54% year-over-year customer growth on customers over 100K, pretty strong. They have margins of 31% on adjusted EBITDA, so financially they look pretty strong. Quarterly revenue continues to upcrease, and they expect strong revenue growth for the upcoming years. 37% in 2021 estimates, and 2022 they expect about similar 37%. What else can we see? Customer expansion, cohort, yeah, okay, that's fine. Adjusted EBITDA margins are they're kind of, I feel like they're kind of flattening out. It seems like their margins are staying within these levels, 31%. So that tells me they have developed their market to some extent already. Their long-term target is 40%, but in 2021 they expect 29. In 2022 they expect 30%. I can't see much growth happening right now, but they are profitable every quarter, it seems, since 2019 on adjusted EBITDA margins. So fundamentally, it looks pretty strong for sure. Now, I mean, there hasn't been proposed transaction. They are giving some, what kind of equity value are they giving themselves? Post money equity value about $11 billion. $11 billion. $11 billion with what kind of metric would that give it? They usually give it, so based on EV 2020, that's 16.5. I mean, yes, compared to some of these other players like Unity, like Trade Desk, and like Digital Apps, that seems a lot cheaper. But I wouldn't put Unity in here, right? Unity, I think it's a whole. I think most of these are whole different markets as well, especially Unity. I feel like Unity is not just in the ad type revenue. That's something I would want to take a look at later on. But it doesn't seem like it's crazy overvalued. I would like that price to sales ratio to actually be a lot less. So Daniel, this one's actually pretty interesting for sure. So 3 great stocks we looked at today. AGC, which one's that one? This. This is Grab. Okay. If anybody's here, which one is there was this real estate SPAC. I know we looked at it before. I forget the name. The real estate SPAC that deals with the 3D camera. Matterport. Is it Matterport? Yeah, Matterport. What's that SPAC again? I want to see how that one's doing. Matterport SPAC. GHVI. Is it GHVI? Thank you, David Becker. This one, I want to say this one might be looking. Thank you guys. This one's back down. I mean, it's so crazy. I don't know. Things are still. There's too many stocks right now, but there's a few SPACs that are looking pretty cool in the markets they're hitting. David Becker, you have a SPACs, and that's actually pretty cool. An Excel for SPACs and names. You should share that on the Discord. But guys, I think that's it for today's episode. I really did enjoy the time you guys passed by. I think we saw three pretty cool stocks for sure. We have Vertex, we had DigitalOcean, whatever it was called, DigitalOcean, I think, and this SPAC on IronSource. Daniel, I think Daniel, that one looked pretty cool as well. This might actually be an episode worthy. Those 3. So guys, take care. Let's just hope we have a good day. But anyways, have a good day, and I'll probably be on tonight. Time to end this.